Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. And in today's video, I want to specifically talk about the CPI print that we are going to get tomorrow and how that's going to affect the market and what my plans are going forward and how I plan to play this. Okay, so you guys know I haven't turned bearish, but what I've done is I've looked at the earnings reports for a lot of these like major companies. And in my opinion, it is pointing to the fact that we could very well be in a recession right now. Now, I don't know that for sure. Don't quote me on this. I'm just telling you that I think it's a strong possibility based on what I have seen from a lot of these companies Q1 earnings and the fact that all of them are reporting terrible guidance for Q2. You know, it's definitely something to really consider. But what I want to say is I want to talk about the CPI print tomorrow because I'm going to keep this very short and simple, right? In my personal opinion, this is what I strongly believe. I think that we have three scenarios that can happen here, okay? I think if CPI comes in bad, and by bad, I mean like higher than it was last month. So what was last month, like 8%? If CPI comes in at like the upper eights or maybe even 9% or something insane like that, I think this bear market is going to accelerate and you will actually finally see the S&P 500 go into bear market territory. I do see that happening. Now, if CPI comes in kind of medium, right? Like it's a little bit in line with what happened last quarter, which means that we've seen that inflation has peaked, right? Because it's basically kind of not really any different to where it was last time, or maybe it's a little bit lower. You could see a relief rally. I do think so. But if we see that inflation is just peaked but not really going down, which is the second scenario, then I think we'll see a relief. We may see a relief for the whole week, but then I think we're going to continue to go lower. Now, here's something interesting. In my personal opinion, I think that the CPI actually could save the bear market. I think CPI could actually get us out the bear market. Let me explain to you how. If CPI comes in and it's lower, and I mean much lower than what it was last month CPI reading, I think the market's going to freaking print. I really do. I think the market's going to be like, whoa, inflation's coming down. Wait a minute. This means the Fed doesn't have to be as aggressive. This means rising costs are getting better. Inflation's going down. Holy cow. And then people are going to start buying stocks. So I just wanted to give that scenario and tell you guys what I am doing. Now, obviously, I have no idea what's going to happen, right? I have zero idea. I don't know if CPI is going to show that inflation is actually going down. We know inflation is going to eventually go down, but the question is it going to go down starting with this next CPI print, right? We don't know. So I don't know if inflation, remember the three scenarios. I don't know if we're going to get the first scenario, which is inflation goes higher, which would turn us further into a bear market. I don't know if we're going to be in the middle where we're seeing that inflation is starting to peak, but it's still high, or if we're just going to downright see that inflation is going down, which will make the market print. So here's what I'm doing. You guys know I'm not pulling a Meet Kevin, right? I didn't sell all of my stocks. I'm still heavily invested in everything. I still got Apple, still got Microsoft, still got index funds, still got some of my other, favorite stocks, Costco, which is down, Pepsi I still have, Nike I still have. There are a bunch of Tesla I still have. There are a bunch of stocks that I still own, and I haven't sold a single one, and I never will because I plan to essentially hold these stocks forever. So there's really no point, right? So here's what I want to say though. I'm still not buying stocks. And see, this is the good thing about both being invested in the market, but also having cash on the side, right? Because now you win either way. If the market rallies and goes up, well, great. I'm already got plenty of money in the market, so I'm good to go. But if the market goes down, I still have my cash on the side and I have the ability to be patient and wait and see what happens. And I think this is a common mistake that retail makes. Retail investors either do this all in or all out. You don't have to do it like that. You don't have to play this game that way. You don't have to, oh my God, the market's going lower, we're in a bear market, I'm selling everything, taking all my money. Like, no, you don't have to do that, right? I actually don't think you should pull any money out the market. I've never been a fan of selling stocks because then you create taxes and things like that. I very rarely sell stocks. It rarely happens for me. What I do is, and this is why income is so important. I feel like not enough YouTubers are speaking on this, but I will. It is very important that you understand that to really be successful in life financially, you have to figure out a way to increase your income. And once you have a decent income, then you have a lot more flexibility to navigate the market and take advantage of opportunities to build wealth. And so because I bring an income from job, and then I've got a second stream of income from graphic design, which most of you guys know I do that. It actually brings in a pretty decent amount of income. Just had a few clients yesterday. That gives me the flexibility where I can leave the money I have in the market already because I don't directly need it. The money I got in the market, I'm not going to need for the next 5, 10, 20 years. And then the income that I'm getting from the other things that I do to make money, I could just hold that in the bank and wait for the right opportunity. So I want to make sure that people really understand this. You know, I can tell you right now, you're going to get a video from every single YouTuber. You're going to get a video from me, Kevin. You're going to get a video from all the popular people, Jeremy and Stock Mo and everybody. And they're all going to talk about CPI tomorrow. And they're going to try and tell you, do this, do that. Please, just listen here to what I'm saying. I don't think the CPI is really going to change anything unless we see that inflation is going lower. But even if that happens, this is why I believe that you should already be invested in the market. But I can tell you right now, I don't care what happens today. I don't care what happens with CPI tomorrow. I am still not buying stocks. And I think that's the key that I want to talk about, because I don't want people to get this impression that, oh, if CPI does well and the market rallies, I'm going to hurry up and buy stocks. This is the trick that retail often falls for. They hurry up and buy stocks on any rally, and then Wall Street rug pulls you. You got to pay attention to the signs that are happening. And for right now, the signs are not looking good. You still got war in Ukraine and Russia. As far as we know, inflation is still high. As far as we know, the Fed is still going to be aggressive. As far as we know, we could be in a recession right now. So with all of this stuff going on, why would you buy stocks? You know, but again, I know the issue with a lot of retail investors is a lot of them don't have any money in stocks. I know how retail investors do it. They pull all their money out of stocks. So that's why they FOMO so hard, because they're never in that balance. They don't have that balance where they've got some cash here, some money invested in stocks here. It's always either or, and you got to get out of that game. You can't do all in or all out. You've got to always leave something in stocks. You've got to, because stocks is a long-term game anyway. This isn't trading. You know, now trading is fine if you know what you're doing, but I know on this channel we don't teach trading or do trading. We do long-term investing, right? And so, yeah, that's all. I just wanted to leave you guys with that. Really, that's honestly my plan. So just to sum it all up, my plan is to continue to have my money invested in stocks. I'm not pulling anything out. I still got my Tesla, still got my index fund, still got my Apple, still got my Microsoft. So if the market rallies, I'm good. But if the market doesn't, I've still got my cash on the side. And I'm going to continue to keep building my cash position and leave it on the side. And I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to wait till we get to like June and July and see what those Q2 earnings look like. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait a little bit, because what I saw in those earnings was really worrisome. And like I said, even if we get a better outlook on inflation, you're still going to want to watch the Fed and see how they interpret those inflation numbers. So the ultimate thing that I want you guys to get out of this video is patience. Don't be so jittery and listen to all these hype YouTubers who are like, oh my God, CPI, whatever happens, hurry up and buy. No, don't worry about CPI and buying and stuff. I mean, obviously it's important to pay attention to it, but don't make any irrational decisions or impulsive decisions just because the readings end up maybe looking good and the market ends up rallying, right? Even if the market rallies this week, you got to remember, you normally don't get 20 consecutive red days. You're always going to get some green bounces here or there. But if you want my overall opinion, I still think that the market is going to go lower, and I think that there's plenty of data and proof out there to prove that. So, why would I buy stocks right now? So like I said, if you're one of those people who pulled all your money out, then yes, maybe it might be smart to put a little bit in there right now, because like I said, I don't agree with having all of your money out of the stock market. And I know that retail investors often make this mistake. So there you guys have it. I think that's it. That'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Hopefully I explained that perfectly. I want to make sure I'm very clear in what I plan to do and what I think is going to happen. So hopefully this video helped you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.